Hello everyone, welcome to my new channel 115. This is the first video on the channel and it's going to be a ranking every single Black Ops 3 Zombies map, excluding Chronicles, from worst to best. This channel is going to consist of videos with challenges, tutorials and rankings and more, so make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for types of videos like that. But anyway, let's get into the first map. This is the worst map in my opinion on Black Ops 3 Zombies. It doesn't mean it's necessarily bad, it just means it's worse than all the others on that game. This is out of Shadows, Giant, Derison, Zetsubou, Gorod and Revelations, so none of the Chronicles maps. So let's get into the first one, which is Revelations. Now Revelations was the last map to come out on Black Ops 3, and then all the Chronicles maps came out, but of the original 6 maps, Revelations was the last one. Well, it should be 5 because Giant is just a remaster of Derisi. So the reason why I've put this at the number 6 spot at the bottom as the worst map on this game is because it's so easy. Like, it got a lot of hype and it just seems like it would be a difficult map, but the Apothecon, Thundergun, that's all you need, and then you got Ragnarok's, Lil Arnie's. Pack-a-Punch isn't hard, it's literally 4 ritual tables that you got to do, like as you can see in the gameplay now. 4 ritual tables, jump pads, so you can't really get trapped in a corner if you're camping in a certain spot. You just have to use the jump pad and get yourself out of danger. The Easter egg, not great. It's not difficult, it's just it's all based RNG pretty much, and the boss fight is kinda tedious if you don't know what you're doing. Like, I recently completed this boss fight and we didn't actually know that we had to hold square on the Chronorium, which is the book, to laser zap the Shadow Man to actually get the boss fight complete. So we were sat there shooting the Shadow Man for a solid 20 minutes, not knowing what the actual hell to do. But anyway, that is why this map is placed at the number 6 spot. Next up we have the Giant, which is also known as Derisi on other Call of Duties, because this is a remaster of Derisi called the Giant, because Derisi means the Giant. So this just has better graphics, different guns, same map layout, same way to get Pack-a-Punch, which is linking the 3 teleports to the mainframe at spawn. Very, very simple. Not an actual Easter egg, but you do get a gateworm for crafting the Annihilator, which is the little special weapon, which is the little pistol. And you get that by shooting 3 teddy bears around the map, and then it just is sat in a fire pit. So that's the first Easter egg, and then there's like a little second Easter egg, which is shooting the throwing the monkey bombs into the portals and then teleporting back to spawn so you can unlock the free perk, which is Buried Under the Snow, which can be Deadshot, Daiquiri or Stamina Up, which is a pretty cool Easter egg, but I don't think it deserves a gateworm really. This is just the easy Giant as you know it is for low rounds, but when you get to the high rounds it's actually fairly difficult because there's only 2 strategies that I know that are good: camping on the catwalk and training in spawn with the Wonderwolf and Deadwire. So that is why this is the number 5 spot. Next up we have Zetsubou no Shima. Now this is the most difficult map in Black Ops 3 in my opinion. Some people may disagree, but there's just a lot of things to do. Pack-a-Punch is a piss take, I'm just going to say that. The cobwebs, the spiders, it's just everything. You got to get the Skull of Nansapui, which I think that's how it's pronounced, by doing the 4 rituals with the skulls, so that's a special weapon. The Easter egg on this map I recently completed. It has 2 boss fights. One of them is to get a part, which is a tooth from a spider. So there's a spider boss fight, and then there's the actual like massive Thrasher boss fight in the room. I recently completed that, and it was fairly fun. It's not very difficult, but the thing it is difficult about this map is collecting all the parts. We've got the bucket, we've got the shield, we've got the gas mask, machine tools, KT4 and the skulls. It's just a mess, honestly. In my opinion, it is just a mess. There's so much stuff to get, and just the Easter egg for this map is just setting up. Like 70% of the Easter egg is just setting up. The rest of it is getting some cogs and doing a boss fight. It's like it's not. It just takes long to set up. It's easy, but setting up on this map is not nice whatsoever. Just gonna say that. So that is why this is at the number 4 spot. Next up we have Razer Kraken V, or Razer V as I think it's meant to be pronounced, I'm not too sure. But this is based in Stalingrad when the war was happening, and this is probably one of the coolest maps I've ever seen actually, because I've only started to recently like it. I never really played it when it first came out, and I've only started to play it now and try to learn it properly. I'm giving the Easter egg attempts because I just want to get all the Easter eggs done. I got the RK5 on spawn, but I don't know how that happened. I thought you meant to do all the Easter eggs, but we did Revelations. I've only got to complete Gorod, and then I've done all the Easter eggs. But anyway, enough of my combat record. Let's move on to the actual map. So Gorod, in my opinion, is really good now. The Pack-a-Punch is not difficult. It's not tedious at all. It's just hard to get our hands on because there's not really many places to train or like camp. The wonder weapon is the Raygun Mark III, which is actually really good. It's good for training, but then again, there's not many training spots. The only spot that I know that is good for high rounds on this map is the bunker strat with self-medication. Been told about that. Never actually tried it myself, but I might have a go at that in the future. But Pack-a-Punch is easy. Easter egg, the Easter egg on this map is difficult. This is by far the most difficult Easter egg in Black Ops 3. So be careful when you're trying to do this. I would recommend doing it with more than one person because there's a lot of steps that need doing, and it's quite tedious and hard. So that is why this is at the number 3 spot. Next up we have Horizon. So this used to be my favourite map, but it's still very high. It's in the number 2 spot, and this is a great map. And I've ranked it a bit lower, not only because of this, but the electric bow, if you know what that is, it did get a massive nerf. It's still an amazing wonder weapon, but it drops off at like around 30, 35, 40, and zombies can just run through it and attack you. So this is such a good map, honestly. It's not too tedious or difficult. You just got to know what you're doing and get it done in the lower rounds, just so you can have a good run. You got to feed the 3 dragons to get the Wrath of the Ancients. Pack-a-Punch is literally the easiest thing ever. You just got to teleport the Pack-a-Punch pieces to wherever you want the Pack-a-Punch to be, and it'll just build itself. You don't actually have to do anything. You just have to hold square on 3 pad things, or 2 pad things, and it'll spawn at the other. So that's how easy Pack-a-Punch is. But this map consists of the electric bow, the fire bow, void bow, and wolf bow, which are all the upgraded bows from the Wrath of the Ancients, and these are all really good. Void bow is really good for panzers. I can do this boss fight solo with the void bow because it's so good for panzers. This is my favourite Easter egg to do. It's just so cool. You blow up the moon, you call the old Dempsey down, you get to see him. It's cool. It's not too hard. It's like, I'd say like the 3rd hardest Easter egg in Zombies, but that is why this is in the number 2 spot. Next up, of course, we have the one and only Shadows of Evil. Now, this was the first map that you get with Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, this map is honestly insane. It's literally a 1940s city, also known as Morgue City. It's so good. You got the Beast. You got a decent Easter egg, not too hard, but fun to do. You need 4 players to do that. This is where the summoning key came from. This is what like caused all the summoning key mess. You've got a fairly easy Pack-a-Punch. It's 4 ritual tables. You got the Apothecary Servant, which is fairly easy to get. It's literally 3 parts that you got to wait for. You got to kill a Magua to get the heart, open a purple pod to get the tentacle, and kill a fly or meatball to get the Xenomatter, which is the little green bubbly juice stuff. Go to a crafting bench, craft it. You got the Apothecary Servant, which is the best wonder weapon in Zombies because it's unlimited damage. The only thing is you can't upgrade it in this map. You used to be able to with a glitch, but it's not like Revelations where you can upgrade the Apothecary by shooting the rocks in the sky. It does stay like the default Apothecary, but still an amazing wonder weapon. Like, you can't beat it. It's unlimited damage. It goes on forever. It literally is still as effective on round 1 to round 255. So in a minute you'll see me doing a ritual. you pick up the fountain pen and the summoning key, and you go into one of 4 rooms and you do the ritual, which gets you Pack-a-Punch. So there's 4 of these, and then after you've done the ritual, you pick up a Gateworm. So it's fairly simple to do Pack-a-Punch, and it's just such a cool map. The Easter egg, the upgrading the sword. There's literally a sword in this map. That's like so cool. That's what the special weapon is. Leilani's were introduced into this map, which are yet again better than monkeys because they actually decide to kill the zombies with the tentacles, and monkeys just blow up and do hardly any damage. So there's the Gateworm, and you need to get 4 of them, and then you can get Pack-a-Punch. So that is why this is at the number 1 spot. This is the best map in Black Ops 3 Zombies, in my opinion. If I triggered anybody with this, don't go in the comments. This is just my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion. So I'll see you all later.